As you know, Retro Studios in Texas has produced some great Metroid titles. But when they said they were ready for something new, we asked them to take one of the most treasured franchises in video game history and to make it magic again. If you listen, you can hear it coming.
After Returns was released to critical acclaim, the next coming country games we would receive would be 1. And the ports we would receive would be 3. We have more ports than we do actual original new country games. Even back in the day, when there was only the original trilogy, and all we had was ports for the Game Boy and Game Boy Advance. And admittedly, when it was revealed in Nintendo Direct that we would be getting another port of Returns, I was frustrated, admittedly, but I reminded myself that it's probably for the best. I mean, a lot of people didn't give Returns on the Wii a chance because of the waggle controls. And 3DS one also kinda, more people tried and enjoyed, but the frame rate was cut in half and the resolution cut into even more halves. So this is for the best. Now people can play Returns and have absolutely nothing holding the game back for them, and they can enjoy it for what a great game it is. But that being said, I'm still starved for another game. So I'm going to talk about the first 3 games. Why? Well, because I love this boy, and I'm bored. Now, admittedly, I probably, as a new channel, probably should try to upload something original to catch an audience. And to that I say, no. Donkey Kong is far more important than views and subs, plus I can ensure that at least one person will watch this. Ain't that right, Down? You, right? You my biggest fan, right? That's great to hear. I'm so glad you agree. Oh, would you look at that? My gameplay footage is not on widescreen on a game that isn't supposed to be widescreen. I'm looking at you, Tech Review Video. Oh, what's that? Oh, you don't like this and this. Okay. Yeah. I think I got something for you. Oh, banana. Much better. Now let's hit play and... What just happened? That's right, this is the 90s. We don't get a fancy-pantsy cutscene to show us the story of the game and what's going on. No, none of that. You get an instruction manual, which, admittedly, I actually kind of love instruction manuals, so if you want, you could, like, pause and read it, but, like, K. Rool took your nanners and you're upset about it. So, let's go get 'em! Unlike Super Metroid, sorry, that game made you feel isolated and alone, but this game takes the opposite approach and makes you feel accompanied the whole way through. I mean, hell, you travel with Diddy the whole way, you meet this abomination, the best Kong, Cranky, and of course, Funky Kong. Now, right off the bat, the presentation is just absolutely top-notch. I mean, like, look at the sun setting. But we can't talk about Rare's very own original character, Diddy Kong. And he's the best choice in every single possible way. Yeah, Donkey Kong is, like, stronger and all that, and could, like, jump on enemies that Diddy can't, but, like, Diddy's faster, he can hold barrels in front of him. He's, like, just the optimal choice. Speaking of speed, I should probably say this now so I don't have to repeat myself, but every single one of these 3 games are so incredibly replayable, it is unbelievable. Every time you roll into an enemy, it lasts a bit more time, and you go slightly faster. This means you can just kind of... And that is a lot of fun to me. There's also bonus stages, which, like, don't really do anything. They're all, like, the same, and they just grant you extra stuff. I would just usually avoid them. And all the levels are extremely fun. We've got one where there's these weird gremlin creatures who we need to stop by flicking a switch. There's, of course, the toughest nails minecart stages, and a stage where a bunch of barrels spawns varying enemies you see throughout the game. Another way they spice up the levels is with animal buddies. We have Rambi, who's just basically invisible from the front. We have Winky the Frog, he jumps really high. We have Espresso, who allows you to just skip the fucking stage. And my favorite of the bunch, Unguard. Why do I love Unguard so much? Well, there are 4 water levels in total in the game, and from a visual standpoint and audio standpoint, these are incredible. I mean, you've heard Aquatic Ambience, right? It's one of the most iconic tracks in the whole franchise. But in terms of gameplay, these are far less exciting than the super fast land stages. So that's why when I see Unguard, I'm like, yes! Because Unguard, well, he doesn't have to battle like freaking Mario does in his games. Instead, he can move however he wants, and he can kill things. Now, as much as the levels are really fun, and I love them, I think the biggest problem is aesthetically, a lot of them are the same, specifically the caves. There are so many caves. Like, I think like 12? Why? Get me out of these goddamn caves! And another problem are the bosses. I mean, they're all over in like 5 seconds. That's hardly an exaggeration. And a lot of them are reskins, the only good one being K. Rool himself. Now, I should probably talk about the villain. Yeah, K. Rool. He's awesome and I love him. He does everything to take you down. Throws his crown at you, tries to run into you, makes cannonballs fall from the sky, tries to jump on you, plays dead, puts fake credits with fake names in it, gets back up, and then you kill him. Then you did it. You got your banana horde back. Woohoo! But in summary, for the first country game, absolutely great game. I'd recommend picking it up. You could probably emulate it. Oh, never mind. The Nintendo ninjas killed Vim's lair. I give this game a banana out of 10. Unlike Bowser, who just tries to do the same thing, kidnapping Peach over and over again, K. Rool looks at the last game and is like, oh, big monkey man. He got me. He killed me. So in response, he kidnaps Donkey Kong, holds him at gunpoint, and has a ransom note and asks for the bananas back. Huh, well, yeah, I guess that'll do it. So, where the game ended, Game Point Galleon, is where you start Donkey Kong Country 2. Now, first thing you'll notice right off the bat is, well, Dixie Kong. She is the best Kong. I love Dixie Kong. I mean, well, actually, she's probably like my second favorite, third favorite, but Dixie's still awesome, okay? And the little balancing issue we had in the first game, which wasn't too much of a big issue, admittedly, is still fixed. Because, well, Diddy is slow, just like DK, holds barrels overhead. However, she can glide, which might seem overpowered, and it is. But oftentimes, especially if you're speedrunning, Diddy is still a good choice, and Dixie can be as well. And whenever I play, I often find myself switching between both of them quite evenly, and they have a cute little team throw. Another issue I kind of mentioned was the bonus stages. Another issue that wasn't really that big, but they still fixed it nonetheless, are the bonus stages. You actually get something for getting all the bonus stages, a whole secret world. And all the bonus stages are different from one another. Yeah. I was trying to say yes there. This is a good thing. Good job. And the music. I mean, all the music in the country games are great, but this one arguably has the best. It's just so good. Take a listen. just, runs my shit. Another huge improvement is, well, all the levels are just so much. We're not in caves the whole goddamn time, alright? The levels are way wackier than before. Like in Donkey Kong Country, you would be, you know, where you would expect the monkey to be, right? In this game, oh boy, you're on the Kremlings Island now, and these guys are weird. You be in a beehive, you be up in the skies with brambles, a carnival that you race Kremlings on, a haunted forest with these weird ropes, and the animal buddies are back. Now, some of the times you see animal buddies, they function like they did in the first Country game. However, whenever you see them, sometimes when a level is specifically designed for them, they make you turn into the animal buddies, which means you can't lose them. Another improvement. Speaking of improvements, the bosses are actually bosses. There's no reskins. They're all awesome. Actual bosses. Another improvement. This is freaking awesome. And then you finally make it to the top, and you are presented with K. Rool. Now, this is probably the best K. Rool fight. The music isn't as good or as iconic as the first one, but that doesn't matter, man. I mean, the music is still incredible here, but it's also better from a gameplay perspective. He'll throw spikes at ya, use his jetpack gun, ram over you, shoot cannonballs, shoot different goop for some reason, turn invisible, and the dude just doesn't go down. He keeps getting down, getting back up. Eventually, DK is just like, you know what? And then he gets eaten by sharks. And this wacky adventure comes to a close. Hot damn. And the credits music. This, no joke, is my favorite credits music in anything ever. It's that electric guitar. That just always gets me. And I feel like if I ever, like, I don't know, I don't think my channel will ever take off, but if it ever does and I like retire from it or something, this could very well be the music I play for like a last video or something. Like, damn, I love this credit music so much. Dixie Kong's Double Trouble, she gets her own game! Yeah! Which is awesome. She deserved it, you know? However, this means you have to go on an adventure with this guy, but we'll get to that later. After the events of the second game, K. Rool's just like, okay, well, I guess I'll take Diddy as well then. And now he's a freaking scientist, and all the enemies you encounter are weird abominations that had science experiments done on them. That is really cool, though. That is kind of sick. So, Diddy goes out to the Northern Hemisphere. I love this place. Like, I absolutely love the vibe this game is going for. A weird juxtaposition between nature and a nice oil factory kind of places. And you even get to talk to Banjo's brothers. That's right, the one from Banjo-Kazooie. They canonically live in the same universe, and this is where he used to live. Sadly, we don't get to see him because he already moved out and is living with Kazooie, but his brothers are here, the Brothers Bears. These are all different varying bears you'll see. One of them is Markiplier.
Hello everybody, my name is Markiplier.
One's depressed, another likes flowers, one's a pirate, I think. And they all give you different tasks and things for you to do. Fun! However, the biggest problem is a lot of the levels, they're not good. They're really gimmicky, which isn't a bad thing in and of itself. It's just that the gimmicks are usually bad, but there are still a handful of fun levels, and beautiful levels like this waterfall one. However, the balancing issue is back from the first game. This weird baby abomination that was given to you by Funky Kong, Kiddy Kong, is just like Donkey Kong. Okay, I'm just gonna use Dixie, thank you very much. But if it means anything, third game actually has the best water stages. My favorite being the one where you have a little fish buddy with you, who you have to feed him, and if you don't feed him, then he gets mad and eats you! The bosses are still, I would say, as good as the second one. They're all different. None of them are reskins. They aren't 5 seconds long. Still, that's a pretty solid time. And if you decide to go for like all the secrets and get like the best ending, you encounter like the Queen Banana Bird, and this thing is creepy but kind of cool. But there also is admittedly something missing, and that's David Wise, aka the one who composed the music for Donkey Kong Country 1 and 2. He's not composing it for here, and it is noticeably weaker. Sorry, but it is still great. It is still nice stuff, admittedly. And the overworld, the biggest thing this game has. Instead of just going from stage to stage, you have a little overworld that you can do things in. This is specifically to find hidden caves with banana birds in it, and it could also be used to do things for the Brothers Bears, like get them a flower or something. So, how does the K. Rool fight hold up? It's the worst one. The music's not very good, and it's kind of neat, I guess. There's like moving platforms, electricity, you throw barrels at the back of him, and even the ending is a bit underwhelming. I would still say it introduces a lot to the table that makes it better than the first one, but definitely not better than the second one. So where do we go from here? Well, now we enter the dark age of Donkey Kong. Fucking bongo games. That's all we got. Donkey Kong 64, and you all know how that game is. And of course, we'd finally get the return in 2010. So am I going to talk about Return to Tropical Freeze? No. I don't really know how to end this. So, goodbye.